Good morning, Shalom.
Good morning, Shalom, Boker Tov.
Good morning, Shalom, Boker Tov.
Okay, welcome everybody to the last part of Parashah Beshalach. We are reading in Shemot, the Exodus, Shemot chapter 16, and a little bit of 17. So, chapter 16, we have been reading about the children of Israel crossing the sea when it parted for them, and they sang a song. And now we are continuing with their journey in chapter 16. So let's go ahead and begin. Look at that. Let's say the blessing and then we'll share our screen.
Baruch et Yahweh Hamorah. Baruch Yahweh Hamorah Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher בחר בנו מכוכבים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה יהוה נותן התורה. Amen.
Amazing. All right, so let's share our screen, and then you can see where we are. There we go. All right. So let's begin with chapter 16 of Shemot, of Exodus. Here we go. Verse 1 and 2. And they set out from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month, after their going out of the land of Mitzrayim. And all the congregation of the children of Israel grumbled against Moshe and Aharon in the wilderness. So let's hear verse 1 and 2 in the Hebrew.
ויסעו מאלים, ויבואו כל עדת בני ישראל אל מדבר סין, אשר בין אלים ובין סיני, ב15 יום לחודש השני, לצאתם מארץ מצרים.
One more verse. Here.
וילונו כל עדת בני ישראל על משה ועל אהרון במדבר.
Okay. And verse 3 and 4. Do you want to read? 3 and 4.
And the children of Israel said to them, if only we had died by the hand of Yahweh in the land of Mitzrayim, when we sat by the pots of meat, and when we ate bread to satisfaction, for you have brought us out into this wilderness to put all this assembly to death with hunger.
Verse 4.
And Yahweh said to Moshe, see, I am raining bread from the heavens for you, and the people shall go out and gather a day's portion every day in order to try them, whether they walk in my Torah or not.
So they're complaining, and Yahweh is saying that he's going to feed them, raining bread out of heaven.
Wow.
So let's hear 3 and 4 in the Hebrew.
ויאמרו עליהם בני ישראל, מי ייתן מותנו ביד אדוני בארץ מצרים, ושבתנו על סיר הבשר, באוכלנו לחם לשובע. כי הוצאתם אותנו אל המדבר הזה, להמית את כל הקהל הזה ברעב. ויאמר אדוני אל משה, הנני ממטיר לכם לחם מן השמיים, ויצא העם, ולקטו דבר יום ביומו, למען אנסנו, הילך בתורתי אם לא.
Okay. And 5 and 6.
And it shall be on the 6th day that they shall prepare what they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And Aharon said to all the children of Israel, at evening You shall know that Yahweh has brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim.
So on the sixth day, which is Friday, they had to gather 2 portions. It shall be twice as much as they gather daily. So let's hear those 2 verses in the Hebrew.
והיה ביום השישי, והכינו את אשר יביאו, והיה משנה על אשר ילקטו יום יום. ויאמר משה ואהרון אל כל בני ישראל, וידעתם כי אדוני הוציא אתכם מארץ מצרים, וראיתם את כבוד אדוני
A little ahead. Okay, 7 and 8.
And in the morning you shall see the steam of Yahweh, for he hears your grumblings against Yahweh. And what are we that we grumble against us? And Moshe said, in that Yahweh gives you meat to eat in the evening, and in the morning bread to satisfaction. For Yahweh hears your grumblings, which against him. And what are we? She said to Aharon, say to all the congregation of the Israel, come near before Yahweh, heard your grumblings.
Okay, so we actually read up to 9 in the Hebrew. 7, 8, and 9. Take it back up. Okay, let's see if that works.
אדוני את תלונות אדוני, ונחנו מה כי תלינו עלינו.
Verse 8.
ויאמר משה, ותית אדוני לכם בערב בשר לאכול, ולחם בבוקר לסבוע, בשמוע אדוני את תלונותיכם אשר אתם מלינים עליו, ונחנו מה, לא עלינו תלונותיכם, כי על אדוני.
And verse 9.
ויאמר משה אל אהרון, אמור אל כל עדד בני ישראל, הרבו לפני אדוני, כי שמע את תלונותיכם.
Okay. Turning to verse 10.
Came to be, spoke to all the congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and see, the steam of Yahweh appeared in the cloud. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, I have heard the grumblings of the children of Israel. Speak to them, saying, between the evenings you are to eat meat, and in the morning you are to be satisfied with bread. And you shall know that I am Yahweh your Elohim.
Okay, let's hear 10 through 12 in the Hebrew.
ויהי כדבר אהרון אל כל עדד בני ישראל, ויפנו אל המדבר, והנה כבוד אדוני נראה בענן. וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, שמעתי את תלונות בני ישראל. דבר עליהם לאמור, בין הערביים תאכלו בשר, ובבוקר תשבעו לחם, וידעתם כי אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Okay, and verse 13 and 14.
And it came to be that quails came up at evening and covered the camp. And in the morning the dew lay all around the camp. And the layer of dew went up, and see, on the surface of the wilderness was a small round substance, as fine as frost on the ground.
So in the evening, there was quails all over the camp, and in the morning, there was a dew, and there was manna, right?
Manna, like cornflakes.
Okay, let's hear that in the Hebrew.
ויהי בערב, צלב ותכס את המחנה, ובבוקר הייתה שכבת הטל סביב למחנה. ותעל שכבת הטל, והנה על פני המדבר דק מחוספס, דק ככפור על הארץ. ויראו בני ישראל.
Went a little bit ahead. Okay, 15 and 16.
And the children of Israel saw, and they said to each other, "What is it?" For they did not know what it was. And Moshe said to them, "It is the bread which Yahweh has given you to eat. This is the word which Yahweh has commanded. Let every man gather it according to each one's need, an omer for each being, according to the number of beings. Let every man take for those who are in his tent."
All right. Let's hear 15 and 16 in the Hebrew.
בני ישראל, ויאמרו איש אל אחיו, מן הוא? כי לא ידעו מהו. ויאמר משה עליהם, הוא הלחם אשר נתן אדוני לכם לאוכלה. זה הדבר אשר ציווה אדוני, לקטו ממנו איש לפי אוכלו, עומר לגולגולת, מספר נפשותיכם, איש לאשר באוהלו תיקחו.
Okay. And the children of Israel saw it, and they said, Manhu. Manhu. It is Manhu. Or Manhu. Okay, sorry, I'm looking at the word of manna. All right, let's continue with next two verses.
And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. And they measured it by omers. And he who gathered much did not have too much. And he who gathered little did not have too little. Each one gathered according to his need.
That was 17 and 18. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
ויעשו כן בני ישראל, וילקטו המרבה והממעיט, וימודו בעומר, ולא העדיף המרבה, והממעיט לא החסיר. איש לפי אוכלו לקטו.
Okay, and 19 and 20.
And Moshe said, "Let no one leave any of it until morning." And they did not listen to Moshe. So some of them left part of it until morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moshe was wroth with them.
Okay. So the manna was a special food, and they weren't supposed to leave any of it until morning, right? And you had to believe that there would be another portion there in the morning.
It's
Right?
lack of emunah, lack of faith. You know, maybe tomorrow we're not going to have. That's why he says that we are more important than sparrows, and that we need to trust that he will provide for us.
So let's hear 19 and 20 in the Hebrew.
ויאמר משה עליהם, איש על יותר ממנו עד בוקר. ולא שמעו אל משה, ויותירו אנשים ממנו עד בוקר, וירום תולעים, ויבאש, ויקצוף עליהם משה.
Okay. All right, and let's continue with 21 and 22.
And they gathered every morning, each one according to his need. And when the sun became hot, it melted. And it came to be on the 6th day that they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for each one. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moshe.
Okay. Let's hear 21 and 22 in the Hebrew.
וילקטו אותו בבוקר איש כפי אוכלו, וחם השמש ונמס. ויהי ביום השישי, לקטו לחם משנה, שני העומר לאחד. ויבואו כל נשיאי העדה ויגידו למשה.
Okay. 23.
And he said to them, this is what Yahweh has said. Tomorrow is a rest, a Shabbat, set apart to Yahweh. That which you bake, bake, and that which you cook, cook, and lay up for yourselves all that is left over to keep it until morning. And they laid it up till morning, as Moshe commanded, and it did not stink, and no worm was in it.
Wow.
Wow.
So during the week, if they tried to keep the manna, it would go bad, right? But on Friday to Shabbat, when they kept the food, it would
Be preserved.
and be preserved.
Wow, how beautiful. And it says, what you cook, you cook. What you bake, you bake. So this is something special. Shabbat is a special day, right? It's a day
Prepare
that
for
you
it.
make preparations to receive the King of Kings.
Let's hear 23 and 24 in the Hebrew.
ויאמר עליהם, הוא אשר דיבר אדוני, שבתון שבת קודש לאדוני מחר, את אשר תאפו אפו, ואת אשר תבשלו בשלו, ואת כל העודף הניחו לכם למשמרת עד הבוקר. ויניחו אותו עד הבוקר כאשר ציווה משה, ולא הבאיש, ורימה לא הייתה בו.
And 25 through 26.
And Moshe said, eat it today, for today is a Shabbat to Yahweh. Today you do not find it in the field. Gather it 6 days, but on the 7th day, which is the Shabbat, there is none.
Interesting. So there was no manna on the Shabbat day.
That tells us not to work on Shabbat.
Okay, so 25 and 26 in the Hebrew.
ויאמר משה, אכלוהו היום, כי שבת היום לאדוני, היום לא תמצאוהו בשדה. 6 ימים תלקטוהו, וביום השביעי שבת לא יהיה בו.
Okay. And 27 and 28.
And it came to be that some of the people went out on the 7th day to gather, but they found none. And Yahweh said to Moshe, how long shall you refuse to guard my commands and my Torah? See, because Yahweh has given you the Shabbat, therefore he is giving you bread. for 2 days on the 6th day. Let each one stay in his place. Do not let anyone go out of his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the 7th day.
Mhm. All right. So some people, even though he told them there wouldn't be manna on the Shabbat day, they still went out just to check and see, well, maybe there will be manna. And Yahweh says, how long are you going to refuse to guard my command? Okay. So he's saying, let each one stay in his place on Shabbat. Do not let anyone go out of his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the Shabbat day. Okay. Let's hear 27 through 29 or through 30 in the Hebrew.
ויהי ביום השביעי יצאו מן העם ללקוט, ולא מצאו. ויאמר אדוני אל משה, עד אנה מאנתם לשמור מצוותי ותורותי? ראו, כי אדוני נתן לכם השבת, על כן הוא נותן לכם ביום השישי לחם יומיים. שבו איש תחתיו, אל יצא איש ממקומו ביום השביעי. וישבתו העם ביום השביעי.
Okay. The people rested on the 7th day. All right, and 31 and 32, and we're almost at the end of the chapter.
And the house of Israel called its name manna, and it was like white coriander seed, and the taste of it was like thin cakes made with honey. And Moshe said, this is the word which Yahweh has commanded. Fill an omer with it, to keep for your generations, so that they see the bread with which I fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim.
Okay. 31 and 32.
ויקראו בית ישראל את שמו מן, והוא כזרע גד לבן, וטעמו כצפיחית בדבש. ויאמר משה, זה הדבר אשר ציווה אדוני, מלוא העומר ממנו למשמרת לדורותיכם, למען יראו את הלחם אשר האכלתי אתכם במדבר, והוציאי אתכם מארץ מצרים.
Yeah, that's interesting though. It says here man, and we've always heard that it's manna.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. All right. 33 and 34.
And Moshe said to Aaron, take a pot and put an omer of man in it, and set it down before Yahweh to keep for your generations. As Yahweh commanded Moshe, so did Aaron set it down before the witness to keep. And the children of Israel ate man 40 years until they came to an inhabited land. They ate man until they came to the border of the land of Canaan, and an omer is 1/10 of an ephah.
Interesting. Okay. So they kept basically a pot or a container with man or manna. Wow. They kept it, I guess, in the ark, the covenant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's hear that in the Hebrew.
So
These are
witness.
the last verses for this chapter.
ויאמר משה אל אהרון, קח צנצנת אחת, ותן שמה מלוא העומר מן, והנח אותו לפני אדוני, למשמרת לדורותיכם. כאשר ציווה אדוני אל משה, ויניחהו אהרון לפני העדות למשמרת. ובני ישראל אכלו את המן 40 שנה, עד בואם אל ארץ נושבת. את המן אכלו עד בואם אל קצי ארץ כנען. והעומר 10 האיפה הוא.
Okay. And that's conclude chapter 13. And we have part of this parasha is also chapter 17. It's a short chapter, so that won't take us very long. Let's look at that very quickly. Chapter 17. Okay, verse 1 and 2. You can kind of.
And all the congregation of the children of Israel set out on their journey from the wilderness of Sin, according to the command of Yahweh, and camped in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. Therefore, the people strove with Moshe and said, "Give us water to drink." And Moshe said to them, "Why do you strive with me? Why do you try Yahweh?"
First there was a problem like with the food, and now it's the water. Okay, so 17, 1 through 2, let's hear that in the Hebrew.
פרק י"ז. ויסעו כל עדת בני ישראל ממדבר סין למסעיהם על פי אדוני. ויחנו ברפידים, ואין מים לשתות העם. וירב העם עם משה ויאמרו, תנו לנו מים ונשתה. ויאמר להם משה, מה תריבון עמדי, מה תנסון את אדוני.
Okay. And 3 and 4. And the people thirsted there for water, and the people grumbled against Moshe and said, "Why did you bring us out of Mitzrayim? To kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst?" Then Moshe cried out to Yahweh, saying, "What am I to do with this people? Yet a little, and they shall stone me." And Yahweh said to Moshe, "Pass over before the people, and take with you some of the elders of Israel, and take in your hand your rod with which you smote the river, and go." Let's hear 3 through 5 in the Hebrew.
ויצמא שם העם למים, וילן העם על משה ויאמר, למה זה העליתנו ממצרים, להמית אותי ואת בניי ואת מקניי בצמא. ויצעק משה אל אדוני לאמור, מה אעשה לעם הזה? עוד מעט וסקלוני. ויאמר אדוני אל משה, עבור לפני העם, וקח איתך מזקני ישראל, ומטך אשר הכית בו את היאור, קח בידך, והלכת.
And verse 6, "See, I am standing." So he told him to take the others with him and go to where he's going to show him and take the rod. Now, verse 6, "See, I am standing before you there on the rock in Horeb, and you shall smite the rock, and water shall come out of it, and the people shall drink." And Moshe did so before the eyes of the elders of Israel. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the strife of the children of Israel, and because they tried Yahweh, saying, "Is Yahweh in our midst or not?" So 6 through 7, let's hear that in the Hebrew.
הנני עומד לפניך שם על הצור בחורב, והכית בצור, ויצאו ממנו מים, ושתה העם. ויעש כן משה לעיני זקני ישראל. ויקרא שם המקום מסע ומריבה, על ריב בני ישראל, ועל נסותם את אדוני לאמור, היש אדוני בקרבנו אם אין.
Okay. So the rock does bring forth water. The rock represents the lot. Verse 8 and 9. And Amalek came and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moshe said to Yehoshua, choose for us men and go out, fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I am stationing myself on the top of the hill with the rod of Elohim in my hand. And Yehoshua did as Moshe said to him to fight with Amalek. And Moshe, Aharon, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. Okay, let's hear that in the Hebrew. Okay, verse 8.
ויבוא עמלק, וילחם עם ישראל ברפידים. ויאמר משה אל יהושע, בחר לנו אנשים, וצא הילחם בעמלק. מחר אנוכי ניצב על ראש הגבעה, ומטה האלוהים בידי. ויעש יהושע כאשר אמר לו משה, להילחם בעמלק. ומשה, אהרון וחור עלו ראש הגבעה.
And verse 11. And it came to be when Moshe held up his hand that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moshe's hands were heavy, so they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it, and Aharon and Hur supported his hands, one on one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. And Yehoshua defeated Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Okay, so let's hear verse 11 to 13 in the Hebrew.
והיה כאשר ירים משה ידו, וגבר ישראל, וכאשר יניח ידו, וגבר עמלק. בידי משה כבדים, ויקחו אבן, וישימו תחתיו, וישב עליה. ואהרון וחור תמכו בידיו, מזה אחד ומזה אחד. ויהי ידיו אמונה עד בוא השמש.
Okay. And did we read 13?
Yeah.
Okay. And Yehoshua defeated Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Okay, and verse 14. And Yahweh said to Moshe, write this for a remembrance in the book and recite it in the hearing of Yehoshua, that I shall completely blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under the heavens. And Moshe built an altar and called its name Yahweh Nisi. For he said, because a hand is on the throne of Yah, Yahweh is to fight against Amalek from generation to generation. So let's hear that in the Hebrew. This is the end of the chapter.
How interesting. A hand is on the throne of Yah.
That is interesting.
ויחלוש יהושע את עמלק ואת עמו לפי חרב. ויאמר אדוני אל משה, כתוב זאת זיכרון בספר, ושים באוזני יהושע, אמחה את זכר עמלק מתחת השמיים. ויבן משה מזבח, ויקרא שמו אדוני ניסי. ויאמר, כי יד על כסייח, מלחמה לאדוני בעמלק, מדור דור.
Okay, so door for generation, from generation to generation.
Let's
look at Nisi. Also, my banner. That means my banner. So Yahweh, my banner. Interesting.
And it's also a symbolical name of an altar in the desert.
Well, that's what we just said.
Interesting.
So were there any comments on chapter 16 or 17? So we had the manna and the quail.
The man.
The man. Yeah, the man. The quail, the Shabbat, right? The commandment of Shabbat.
And the provision of Yahweh.
Mhm. And providing the water as well. And the fight against Amalek. And anything you wanted to comment or add? Anybody?
And the fact that they are going to fight with Amalek every generation, and every generation Amalek is showing his face, his ugly face.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How it's something that seems to like continue. Anything you wanted to mention?
Just to take heart, and to know that even though every generation we fight against Amalek, we have Yahweh Nisi with us, our banner, the one who is actually fighting for us.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So that we can say the blessing to close, unless there's any other comments. Okay, so let's say the blessing to close.
Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Yahweh noten
Notencha
Torah.
Torah.
Amen.
Amen.
Toda rabá Noah.
Everybody have a
Toda
very
rabá.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Have a wonderful Shabbat tonight.
Shabbat
And,
Shalom.
Yahweh bless each one of us and help us and guide us through His Ruach HaKodesh. In the Shem of Yahshua HaMashiach. Amen.